absolutely. My name is Nigeria Chambers of Big Go Belt Media. Mallory, it's a pleasure to talk to you today. How
Uh,
are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good,
Good.
good. What can I say? Congratulations. I've checked out the entire season and I was kind of flabbergasted because the first thing I did was look at your IMDb and I was like, oh yeah, I know she got like 3 or 4 pages in here. And to find out this is one of your first performances, I was like, what? What
Oh,
do I know?
oh, that's
Yeah,
so
I'm just hang
sweet.
up critic job. I don't know, but like, or maybe, or maybe you really are just really that magical, and indeed you are.
Um,
Fantastic performance this entire season.
Thank you so much.
And I do want to, I want to pass a message from your other cast members, from Gail, from Ryan, from the other trio that's doing press today. Everyone had endless, beautiful, such strong messages about what you did to carry this show.
Oh,
So you're doing one hell of a job, and hopefully everybody today has been giving you your flowers.
oh, thank you so much. Thank you for passing that on. Jeez, means a lot.
Abs- Absolutely, absolutely. So here to ask some questions, obviously. And the first thing I do want to know is because this character takes us on an emotional journey. And beyond that, there's this balance between the 19th century and the aesthetic of the current date. So in a kind of a two-part question here. First off, after filming, was there any means of self-care or anything to kind of shake this character off because of the surrealism factor of it?
No. And that's so unhealthy, and like I know it is, but no. I do this thing where I kind of like love to let shows, stories work on me and just live in me and live through me.
Mm.
And I never really wash them out. Even though, it's so funny, we like learned how to do that in school.
Yeah.
And I never did it. I like never wanted to do it. I just always wanted my characters to kind of stay with me, particularly Dana, because she was such a powerful character to play and embody.
For sure, for sure. I also would love to give a moment and a shout out to your other co-lead in Micah Stock, who plays Kevin.
Hmm.
I gotta tell you, the two of you two really did a toll on the audience very quickly because we instantly are invested into this romantic chemistry that we can kind of feel flaring up a little bit bright and early. And however you want to label it, it's there. We feel it. But we don't have a lot of time to focus on it
Yeah.
because then the time travel stuff starts to happen and then the journey begins and the quest within that journey. How did you two work to build that chemistry on screen so quick that it feels so genuinely authentic? You would thought that there's actually a thing in real life.
Oh, um, we didn't work at it, That's the thing. Like, Micah is a joy. Like the minute that I met him, I loved him. He's like literally like a big brother to me. He took me under his wing. He really just had me and held me throughout that show. And every time we did a scene together, it was just fun. It was just play. And I think that's why it appears the way that it does in the show, is because it is kind of like genuine. I genuinely do enjoy being around Micah. And I think that that's why it comes through on the screen.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, all the feels this entire journey. Another thing I thought was really unique to your performance is, yeah, there's again the time travel aspect between being in the 19th century and the present day. Going back to my earlier question, is how did you sort of mature both versions of Dana? Because she can't carry each other into the other respective time periods.
Yeah.
So how are you able to really craft and make that the split between the two character, I mean the character, but between the two different times?
It was a lot of questions because, here's this woman from 2016 who is having to embody an enslaved person. I mean, the emotional struggle of that, the back and forth, the way that you want to get angry but you can't and you have to stay controlled. that was tough. I mean, it was tough to navigate as the actor, let alone as the literal character. So it was just a lot of me asking myself, how would I react and why can't I react? Yeah, questions really.
Yeah, yeah. And the gaslighting aspect, I think, is one of the most relatable parts of Dana. No matter whatever your journey is that folks who believe you and who wants to label you something you're not. There's a lot that this character takes us on. It's just a fun time.
It's crazy. A
I
fun
think for another question I had.
time.
I think another question I had is that I knew there was going to be this thriller aspect to it, but I was unaware of the horror aspect to it because really the surrealism of it. And sure, there's a lot of horror and horrific things within the 19th century for people of color, particularly Black people.
Hmm.
But the current day, the challenges that she struggles in her own house, the struggles of buying her own house, the acceptance of family by achieving a milestone.
Hmm.
Within these moments of the story, what was some of your emotions and mindset into like really making that feel as organic as possible?
I, I don't, I guess just relating to to each of these experiences. Like you said, achieving a milestone in your family not accepting you for that. Obviously, that's something that I understand. Moving halfway across the country and trying to become an artist and like wanting to be an artist and like pop out, I understand those things. And I think that there was actually a lot of character traits about Dana that I related to so deeply. And the things that I didn't relate to, I really dug to figure out. But all of it came from me asking myself, have I gone through this? Do I understand this as Mallori the person? And then putting it back on my character.
That's beyond powerful there. Final question, December 13th, all 8 episodes dropping exclusively to Hulu. What do you want the fans and the audience to take away from this?
Um, oh God, I want them to take away so much. But mainly, I do want them to take away the idea that it is important to keep telling our story, but it is important to keep telling our history through a very fresh and modern perspective. We
Yeah.
have to keep reflecting, we have to keep processing, we have to keep understanding socially, politically, the dynamic of our place in this country. And if we don't, who knows what will happen? I don't know. It's something that I feel is extremely important for us right now, just because of the discourse that I see happening, particularly with my generation.
Absolutely. Absolutely well said. Mallard, you are a star,
Oh,
and it's been a pleasure to talk to you.
oh,
And
thank you.
I'm going to need FX and Hulu to load this up for season 2, get that announcement set and ready to go.
Yes, tell
But
them
until
that.
then,
I'm kidding.
but until then, folks, December 13th, you can watch Mallory really take us on a ride as the character Dana James for the show Kindred. It's a must watch, and
Oh,
it's been a pleasure to talk to you
a
today.
pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. You have a good one.
You too.
All right, and cut. That's lunch.
Thank you.